So what are we going to do? It's 2, but how do you know it's 2?
I know.
Allison?
Oh, because so you, I'm just guessing. If it's an even number, you subtract the wait, what is the bottom number called?
Denominator.
You subtract the denominator, or that just happens to happen with 4.
No, not necessarily.
Well, because it's like half of 4 is 2.
Right, we're finding out what half of 4 is. 1/2 of 4, Allison just said. Allison, what does the word of tell us to do? Multiply. 1/2 times 4, or 4 over 1, is equal to 4/2, or 2. Right, so that one was pretty straightforward. Let's read another one. Who would like to read number 2? Jasmine?
Anne has 1/3 pan of fresh Christmas trees and sends half of the trees to school with her children. What fraction of the pan of fresh Christmas trees is sent to school?
So what is she starting with? How many Rice Krispie treats does she have to start? Michaela?
1/3.
She has 1/3 to start, and she's sending half of those 1/3 to school. So what would my number sentence be for this one, Logan?
Oh, 1/3 of 1.
Are we taking 1/3 of a half?
Oh, no.
Ella?
A half of a third.
We're taking 1/2 of 1/3, because the 1/3 is what she has, right? And we're going to take a half of that. And what did we say the word of tells us to do? Michaela? Multiply. 1/2 times 1/3. So when we multiply, we're just multiplying across. We multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So what is 1/2 times 1/3 going to be equivalent to? Raise your hand, please. Brianna? What's our numerator? What's 1 times 1?
Oh, I mean,
1. 2 times 3?
1.
6. So our answer would be 1/6.
Oh, that's
But
actually
it is easy. It's easier than adding and subtracting, but now we're going to model it. We're going to model it with the models. And this will kind of explain why it is 1/6. So remember our rectangular fraction models. What is my whole model going to represent? Jasmine?
1/3.
My whole model.
Oh, 3. 3/3.
What does our whole model typically represent?
4.
Oh,
1.
Kate?
1 whole.
1 whole. Right? And we want to find a half of a third. So what do we have to start? What do we have to start? Michael, don't start yet. Matt, don't start yet. Michaela? What's that? We have 1/3. We have a third to start. So I'm going to take my model and cut it into thirds. And how many of those do you think I'm going to shade? Vincent? 1/3. We're going to shade our 1/3. Are we okay with that part? 1/3. And now what do we want to find of our 1/3? What are we going to do to our 1/3 that we have? We're finding a half of 1/3. So what do you think we're going to do? Ella?
Cut your 1/3 in half.
Cut it in a half. So which way should I draw my line across? Horizontally or vertically?
Horizontally.
Horizontally. So I'm now going to cut this in half. And how much should I shade?
1/2 of it.
We're only going to shade 1/2. And I'm only going to shade in a half of the third. There's really no need to continue shading all the way across. Do you agree? Because this is what we have. So what is our answer? What is this overlapping part here? What do we have here? Caleb? 1/6. We have 1 out of 6. And that's how we're going to model it. Is that easy enough? Let's try one more together. Okay? So we're going to do one more before you're on your own. So please keep your eyes up here. Who would like to read number 3? Who'd like to read this one? Brianna? Nice and loud.
Anne has 1/3 a pan of Rice Krispie treats. She sends 1/4 of the treats to school with her children. What fraction of a pan of Rice Krispie treats does Jan send to school?
Okay, so what do we have to start? So what do we have to start here? She has 1/3 of a pan of Rice Krispie treats, and she's sending 1/4 of those treats to school with her children. So what does she have to start, Michaela?
1. No, like that.
1/3. So what is our number sentence going to be for this one? I need to see more hands. What is our number sentence going to be for this one? Allison?
1/4 is 1/3.
Perfect. 1/4 of 1/3. 1/3 is what we have to start, and we're finding 1/4 of that third. So we said that this represents multiplication. So what is 1/4 times 1/3 equal to? Remember, we multiply our numerators, multiply our denominators. I need to see more hands for this one.
Oh.
Matt?
That will equal 1/12.
1/12, perfect. This is equal to 1/12. 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 3 is 12. And we also need to represent it with our model, okay? So our rectangular fraction model. So what did we have to start in this example? We have 1/4 of 1/3. Vincent?
Split it into thirds.
Good, we have 1/3. We're going to cut it into thirds. How many of those should I shade?
1.
1. So here's our 1/3. This is a whole. And what are we going to do to our 1/3? We want to find 1/4 of 1/3. Matt?
Now, that makes 3 lines to represent the 1/4.
Good, we now need to cut it into fourths horizontally. And how many of those am I going to shade?
1.
Good, we're finding 1/4 of this third. So what is our final answer here?
Wait, did
What is
you
it?
do it?
3.
How much did we shade? 1/12.
Oh, wait.
Do we see that? This is where this 1/12 is coming from? Allison's question?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what's your question?